let's talk about this hot mess love triangle with Julius, Ashley, and Alexis. So Alexis and Julius were finally able to hook up, and Alexis is just laying in there in the bed with Julius with these puppy eyes, talking about how the D was so fire. It's been over 6 years since Julius has seen any of his family. None of his family members came to see him in prison. But Alexis thinks it's a good idea if he reunites with them, and he's going to see his mother, his sister that Alexis is friends with, who actually introduced Alexis to Julius. And Julius is kind of nervous, but he said he has some things he needs to take care of after they do that. Alexis gets up out of the bed and walks out the room, and Julie starts telling one of the producers, yeah, Ashley sent me some pictures last night. And of course she sent the pictures in the black lingerie and the short jean shorts she was wearing. What I don't like is how he was like, oh yeah, she looked all right. But I mean, obviously she looked all right enough for you to talk to her and lead her on while you're in prison. He can't say, oh, I'm just talking to her because she provided monetary value, because she has admitted that she did not send him a single cent while he was in prison. And he doesn't appear to be needing Ashley to use her for anything now that he's out of prison. So I think he just strictly led her on because he, one, either loved the attention, or two, I think he thought, okay, she'll be an interesting factor in my storyline. Because let's be honest, if Ashley and this whole love triangle wasn't going on, then their storyline really wouldn't have too much that's worth talking about. I mean, all that really has happened is his homies had showed up to his release and he went and saw his family. I would love to see the jail conversations between Julius and Ashley that has her so convinced that he was going to get out and be all for her. Because obviously if he talked to her the way he's been talking to her since he's been out of prison, then I don't know what the hell is wrong with Ashley. But I bet Julius was laying it on thick and telling her all kinds of things because, she was shocked that he's not saying he loves her. And I think he's just doing that now because he knows Alexis is going to watch this back. But I don't know why he's trying to be careful about telling Ashley he doesn't love her, but he has no problem showing up to Ashley's hotel room behind Alexis's back. So finally he goes to go meet his family with Alexis, and his family members were all very apologetic that they hadn't gone to see him. His sisters really didn't have any excuse. They're like, hey, we were busy, we just didn't have the time. And the mom said that she lost her license because she had a drinking issue. And I guess she was probably drinking and driving, and they probably revoked her license. But the thing is, the sisters had licenses. And it's like, okay, if you want to see your son bad enough, you could have just hitched a ride with one of the sisters or another family member. If they weren't able to come visit him in person, I hope they're at least writing him letters or sending him cards from time to time. It sounds like the sisters were there for him. One sister said she tried to be there for him as much as she could, but then Julius started getting an attitude with her because he was in prison, he wanted money, and she was a single mom trying to take care of kids, and she couldn't afford to take on taking care of somebody else. And I think that's probably when Julius was like, okay, I gotta go find me some sugar mamas then. So he sees his family, is pretty emotional, but he told his family that despite them not really being there for him physically, he forgave them, and they had a nice little sweet moment. So she sat there and apologized to Julius, and then Julius and Alexis went on their way, and meanwhile Ashley was back at her hotel getting ready all by herself. Her girls all went home, and she said, it's my birthday, and he hasn't even texted me happy birthday. It's 5 p.m. and she just does not understand what he's doing. And I have to put myself in Ashley's shoes. She really thinks she's dating this guy and that they're doing this show together, and has no idea about Alexis and thinks, okay, we're filming, he has to come to me. And she's thinking there's no way he's gonna ruin my birthday. But here, half the day has already gone by, and he doesn't even have the thoughtfulness to at least text her and say happy birthday. So obviously he has to be busy with another female. I mean, there's no arguing that. Okay, so this is where I'm a little confused. Okay, so if you guys watch all my videos, in my last video I was kind of saying, you know, there's parts of their storyline I definitely side-eye. I mean, all storylines we know aren't 100% authentic, but I was like questioning, like, is Ashley really somebody that he was involved with romantically, or is this somebody that just agreed to do the show? Because some of the things I'm like, how can you not see this? And how bold he is with some of the things he does, like when he just goes and steps outside and talks to Ashley on speakerphone. And I noticed in this last episode, after him and Alexis got back to her apartment from seeing his family, all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I gotta make a quick phone call. I gotta call one of my homies. And he steps out on the back porch, and he's literally, like, not even 6 feet away from the girl. Like, the blinds weren't even closed, so you could see him outside, and you could watch him and read his lips as he was talking, and it looked like he left the sliding door open. Maybe I'm just looking at this picture wrong. You let me know what you think this looks like, but it looks like the sliding door is cracked, unless there's like some kind of optical illusion, or I'm not seeing it correctly. And I'm like, dude, like, even if the door wasn't cracked, I still wouldn't feel comfortable if I was in Julius's shoes calling another girl 6 feet away from Alexis. Like, you really don't think there's a chance she might overhear you? I guess he doesn't want to do too much and be like, oh, I'm going to go downstairs outside the apartment building and make this phone call. Because if he does too much, that might make her suspicious. But again, I mean, he's just putting himself all out there and being extremely messy with how he's handling things. And I think he's just, it's a matter of time before he's caught slipping doing things like this. He goes 6 feet away from Alexis, steps outside, calls Ashley, and Ashley was like, oh my God, it's my birthday. Why haven't you called me? Like, the day's wasting away. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was busy with my mom. And he's like, I'm on my way now. And you know, she wants to ask him a lot of questions, like, why were you doing this? Why were you doing that? Why are you ruining my birthday? But every single time, Julius just glosses over what she says and just like automatically just tells her what she wants to hear. You know, instead of answering her questions, he just says, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Because he knows that's going to get her to shut up the quickest and just go over there to where he is hoping he won't have to face any kind of accountability. And I think that's kind of why he likes Alexis, because it seems like so far she has glossed over a lot of red flags. I mean, his phone has been ringing nonstop since he got it, and Alexis asked him who's been calling, and he says it's his boys, acts like it's his sister's husband, but Alexis is just taking his word for it. She's not trying to give him any kind of pushback whatsoever. So he told Ashley that he was on his way to come see her. She starts jumping up and down, all excited, starts eating beef jerky, and she puts her wig on. And he shows up about 15 minutes later, knocks on the door, and she starts screaming, Julius! Then she ran full speed for the door. And then I guess we have to wait until next week to see them finally meet. But it definitely looks like it's not going to go so good. I think she finally confronts him about everything he's been doing, and she asked him if they're together, and he's like, no, we're not together. Where did you get that from? And she's like, really? Like, you literally have been telling me that. And she claims like she knows that they're together because he told her when he wanted to do the show, I want somebody to do the show with, because I don't want to just do the show with any random girl. So she's like, oh, he didn't want to just do it with any random girl, so that means I'm a special somebody, so I must be his girlfriend. But I'm sure there's more prison talk he added on top of that. But that's it for this video, guys. I am exhausted. It is midnight and it's way past my bedtime, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.